Welcome to episode 7 of the Copium take. We're back.
How much of that was in this?
We're back, baby. We're back.
I'm worried.
Jake left us. I'm here with Jake and Jonah. Jake left us. Left us high and dry for
Oh, see, you
weeks.
messed up the intros. You didn't. You were skipping it, and then you had to come back. See, Jonah, he messed it up before we did.
He was just so ready to throw you under the bus.
I know. Under
They
the
got
bus
him
for
too
nothing.
excited.
I've been trying to hop in these all week long, and they've just been like, nah, not today.
Jake not only ghosted us with pod information, he posted us with real life stuff. He just became a legitimate ghost. And now he's back like nothing happened. It's cringe.
That's how ghosts work.
Podcast is dead.
Yeah, all of our dying fans missed out on a week.
I know Jake
And
didn't get to listen to 2 pods last week.
Now I don't know what to do.
What do you have to say to all our fans that you left high and dry, Jake?
I'm sorry I left myself nothing to listen to.
That's fair.
No. What about the coaches you forced to listen to it?
Who? Uh-huh. What?
Ooh.
I've done no such thing. Ever.
Ooh.
I plead the fifth. But also I want to apologize to my victims.
We're here to talk about
I'm not referencing anything.
We're here to talk about the NFC East today. I can't wait. It's Jonah's division. It's Jonah's pod. Take it away, Jonah. Tell me what you like about these departures for the Giants. Go.
That the Giants now have NFL players.
Well, I'm incorrect. They just lost all their NFL
Well, they did
players.
lose a couple. You wait.
John
Do
Ross.
you notice how few players on this list have teams next to them?
I mean, there's a lot of them that have. I mean, there's a good
Like
amount.
it's like maybe half.
9. No, I mean, they 9 guys go on to other places. I mean, I'm sorry Elijah Penny isn't playing. Nate Soldier.
Yeah, there's
decided to
11
retire.
guys there
I'm
without.
sorry,
without a
sorry,
team.
Nate Soldier and Danny Shelton just got signed, I believe. Like I'm pretty sure that happened today.
Dang. John Ross. What a shame. Another Corey Davis if I've ever seen one.
No, John Ross is fast. Corey Davis is actually supposed to be good.
That's great. That's just insane to me. That year was wild. That draft year was wild. How all 3 of those guys were supposed to be goats, and Mike Williams is really the only one that's still kick. Who does Corey Davis play for? Does he still play for the Jets?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's over there making like $80 million for the Jets.
Let's go. Good for him, dude. Check Steeler,
That's what I'm
baby.
saying.
I love those guys. Those are my favorite players.
Corey Davis is goated. That's because he had a QB last year that didn't have that dog in him, but now he does.
I mean, didn't he have it the whole time?
No, it didn't happen till the mom stuff.
But he's hurt now, so.
That's true. But you know why?
It's just
You
an
know why
excuse
he's
so he can
hurt?
get with his mom's friend again.
You know why he's hurt? Because he got so much dog in him, it's weighing him down.
Ooh, that's a problem then.
No. In
Does
season,
Evan
he don't
Ingram
help.
have any dog in him?
He has all the dog. Literally, he has paws, no hands.
Ooh,
That would explain a lot.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
sad.
shame. That's a shame. They lose Kyle
So
Rudolph.
talented, so athletic, yet no.
Kyle Rudolph's a player coach. He's not actually good anymore.
Nate Soldier.
Whoa,
Did Nate
come
Soldier
on.
retire?
I believe so.
No, Nate Soldier just sucked.
I thought Nate Soldier retired.
There's no way
but
he sucked that bad.
He sucked really bad for the Giants.
Oh. Anybody else on
He
here?
was real bad.
James Bradbury's pretty good.
Yeah, James Bradbury was a serious cap casualty. The Giants couldn't afford to sign their draft picks, so they cut their most expensive defensive player.
And I didn't even know that Jabril Peppers is on the Patriots. When did that happen?
This offseason.
Did he just leave in free agency, or was he not traded or anything?
No, he
I
wasn't
don't believe
traded.
so.
He kind of disappointed after he was traded for Odell Beckham.
God, he's about to be the best safety in the NFC East, or the NFC or AFC East.
AFC
Sorry,
East. You were right.
like he's gonna be, like he's just gonna be the best. I feel like they're gonna fix his ass up in New England. Now he's not with this terrible, terrible franchise. He's gonna be, ooh.
I don't know. I don't think he'll be better than either of the Bills safeties, but
Jonah.
Terrible franchise.
Jonah. I think this is the biggest move here. They lost Riley Dixon. Riley Dixon
Well,
went
the
to
bigger
replace.
thing is that the Rams
he
lost.
went and stole Johnny Hecker's job.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that the
He
Rams
stole
lost
my
Hecker.
job.
Rams losing Hecker's the big deal. This nub, who cares about him?
The Giants probably.
Not anymore.
Let's look at their long list of additions. This is so tiny. They get
And then
Tyrod Taylor. He's coming for a job, baby.
big time backup QB and or starter depending on Danny Dimes.
He's coming
No,
for
no, no.
a
He's got
job.
that track record. He's gonna win the starting job in the preseason, get hurt in week 3, and then Danny Dimes is gonna be the best quarterback in the
He's
league.
gonna win the starting job, then get injected with a needle bad, and then Danny Dimes turns into an all NFL QB.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we can't talk.
He
about
got hurt, and then Baker Mayfield went on to like set rookie records, and then kind of dropped off. But
And then
Herbert did really good, and then was still really good. I mean, next thing you know, Daniel Jones is gonna take over week 3, be MVP.
Daniel who?
That's a natural progression. Shut up, Jake.
Wait.
Shut up. Shut up. Matt Breida,
He's got to re-earn that.
Marietta.
just another Niners running back that just got released to the world. I guess he was on Miami last year, no?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He went to Miami.
he's nothing.
Isn't that kind
Oh,
of fucked
he's
up that
not
he
good.
went to Miami, then the Miami or the Niners OC comes, and then they're like, "Nah, you can go. It's
Yeah.
fine. Keep walking."
It's just the OC doesn't like him. He keeps forcing him out everywhere. He's gonna go to the Giants next, just so he has to leave
Oh
again.
no. Oh
He has a
no.
spiteful revenge on Matt, and he's like, "I'm making this guy move every year."
I mean,
I don't care
anybody
if
else
he's-
on here interesting?
Ricky Seal Jones a little.
I just know the
Just-
name. Is that why it's interesting?
No, I mean he played well for Washington as like a guy who would
He
come in when
flashes here
Logan
and there.
Thomas was injured and stuff. It's not. He's a good second tight end.
Well, who's the Giants' first tight end?
Exactly.
Honestly,
Oh no. I mean, they paid whoever this Mark Glowinski guy is a good amount of money.
you have to play tight end.
I know. Well,
They have a tight end. The Giants, have a tight end, don't they?
Well, you looked that up.
Daniel
probably.
Bellinger.
Yeah, I don't know. Who that
Okay.
is.
Well, we're just gonna
I'm pretty
get
sure
through
he's a
new.
rookie.
The
Yeah,
Giants.
just
We
keep
gotta
going.
we gotta get through the Giants right now. Sorry, Giants fans.
Or else,
It's just
or
the
else we may
truth.
just end it.
It's just that we got a 15-minute gap. We're at 10 minutes. I don't know
Okay,
when
well,
this
some of
actually
that was the
started, but
three. We
no,
got like
no, no,
6 on the Giants.
no. This is all
Yeah.
10. Now we
Gotcha.
move to maybe the only interesting part of the Giants offseason, their draft.
Whoa.
Jake, I know
Yeah.
you're the pack. What is it? Pac-12, pack whatever it's called.
The
I know
pack dead. Is it
The pack.
signed?
Yeah, that's true.
Gone.
The pack dead. Tell me about.
It's over.
How do you pronounce his name? Thibodeau.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kayvon Thibodeau
From
of the
Duds.
Dinsdale
Yeah.
Demodome.
I mean, he was good. I mean, there was. I mean,
he's a dude.
a year and a half ago, everyone was like, "Yeah, he's number one," and now
Yeah.
he drops to 5. He dropped to 5 because he didn't like football or something. Wasn't that the narrative?
I don't really know what the narrative was. Honestly, I think that people just were kind of all over the place. I don't know if there's like a legitimate rhyme or reason why he dropped, other than he's good. He's a smart dude. Like he knows he doesn't need football. It's almost kind of like Andrew Luck type thing again. Like he's very business oriented. Very like he has businesses that he's been running ever I think since he got in college. Like he is he doesn't need football. So I think that might have been some concern. I think sometimes they just get a little worried when a dude doesn't need it. I don't really think it's a justified concern necessarily.
Are you excited
And
to
then
be
also,
watching?
and I also think people were starting to worry that he was like Clowney 2.0 in terms of like.
What? Wait, weren't you a Clowney stan the other? On one
Yeah,
of
I think 100%. I think Clowney was worth the pick. I still stand by that. But I think that's what kind of the vibe was, is like very similar, just a super athletic, super talented DN who can just manhandle, but does he have much of the position flexibility? Can he do it in a 3-4 or only 4-3 and all that? Like I think that's just overrated. I think like
Position
this could
flexibility
cause
is
problems.
overrated.
Yeah.
I would
think
so much rather have a guy be good at one thing than
this dude
okay at
causes problems, and I want him on my team.
Are you excited to watch him for the next 10 years, Jonah? Twice a
Uh,
year.
I would love it for the Giants if they have a first round draft pick who gets to stick around.
What do you
Would
mean? They
you?
got Saquon.
What do you mean, Danny Dimes?
Saquon's been there
Neither
for
of
a
those
hot
guys
minute.
are off their rookie contract. And I'm not sure that either of them are going to be on the Giants when they get off that rookie contract.
Hey, you know what? Calm yourself.
All right, someone talk. What about Evan Neal? Good tackle.
Yeah, I mean,
He's an
freakish
SEC boy,
athlete.
Jake.
Yep, freakish athlete.
I'm a little concerned that he might be slightly overrated because he was on Alabama.
Yeah,
But other
he's-
than that, I think it's a tremendous addition that that team very much needed.
There is no such thing as an overrated SEC player, Jonah. Don't ever say that again on this pod.
yeah, they
Or
they
Jake
know
will
the
kill
rise
you.
and grind. They know the rise and grind of the SEC. The NFL's nothing to them.
Yeah, they're beneath them. You see what they're doing? They're taking over. They're making college sports into new pro league. They're going to be the new NFL, SEC. You're going to see players like Dak Prescott leaving the Cowboys to go play for Alabama.
True.
Does that scare you, Jonah?
It
Yeah.
it would if he was still on his rookie contract. I could easily see him going back for his senior year.
No,
He was a
there's no
fourth-round
senior
pick,
year.
but-
It's pro league now. You don't understand.
Jess, I like this doesn't mean much, but I just looked at it just out of intrigue. Neil is a higher prospect grade than Thibodeau was in terms of coming out of the draft. Like they do their draft grades. He's barely higher, but he was a little higher. They're both considered year one starters. Like,
I think they're both going to be good. They're definitely on this team going to be year one starters, unquestionably.
Okay, anybody else on here that...
Neil's he's-
Wandale Robinson's interesting.
yeah.
I think it's a he's going to make an impact early.
You think? I was reading this before we started.
I don't
This
think
article
they
didn't
make
have
an
kind
impact.
words for him.
I don't think he'll
Yeah,
make an impact only,
he's
but I don't think
gotten
it's much of his
small
fault.
camp rumblings, and that team is really lacking at receiver right now.
Yeah, I kind of think they got a pretty straight at receiver.
I wonder
Well,
why.
it's kind of concerning that Tony's getting weeks off for rest because he's hurt all the time.
It's probably just because he's an asshole. And they're tired of dealing with him.
Tired of him fighting their own players.
No.
Nah. They
Yeah,
still have
he's a
that
good-
offensive line
a good
coach
guy.
that likes to fight people. Maybe he was fighting him.
No, I'm pretty sure Colombo got fired last season, like mid-season.
Dude, him and Tony, I'd pay money to watch that fight.
Tony would win 10 out of 10.
Oh, probably, but I'd watch it.
Other than that, though, I mean, oh, so this is where the Bellinger's a rookie that they drafted. In the
Yeah,
fourth
yeah,
round. Okay. Um,
Okay, well.
and they don't have anyone else really worth talking about on here. At least not that I know of off the top of my head. I don't even remember Cordell Flott. Or however
I
you
mean,
say that.
they're a weird team where like I feel like there's like 5 or 6 good defenders on that team, but it's a terrible unit.
Well,
And then the offense has some cool players, but it's also a terrible unit somehow.
let's just jump into this. Let's tier them. I don't care about the Giants. They're going to be ratbirds. There's no Copium. They suck. They suck. I'll put them in the middle.
The copium is that Dable fixes the offense.
The Copium is that like Tony keeps playing good and Saquon comes back and plays good enough to maybe they can trade him like next offseason for like a 3rd round pick.
No, I think they might be able to get him trade him at the deadline.
Either
I think
way.
I think he's gonna have higher value at the deadline when a team's desperate because their season's going well.
Yeah,
Jonah,
hopefully,
I'm assuming this is your least favorite team in the division.
I do think they're the weakest team. Yeah.
below the Cowboys? Okay, just making
Twist
sure.
my
I think
arm,
I-
but yeah.
I think I got to put them in playoff team then, just to spite Jonah.
Well, we outvoted you.
I would put them in outside looking in. I think. I don't know why I'm optimistic about them.
Give me one reason.
Yeah,
I'm
I was gonna
angry.
say, what's one thing you think keeps them out of Ratbird?
Honestly, just probably that I like some of the guys on the team. That's honestly
We're running out of options for you to have 10 top 10 pick
I
teams.
told you I'm not gonna have 10 top 10.
All right, Jake.
My
We weren't
whole-
going
my
to tell
only
you, but
top
I'm
10
going to tell you. The whole point of the top 10 picks were to pick the 10 worst teams. You said that a long time ago. Me and Jonah talked off the pod that it would be funny for when we do our own tier list to just not tell you and then spring it on you. But I'm impatient, and I think it's funnier to bring it up right now.
All right, so we're
So
changing up what that means.
in your own tier list, you have to
I'm
have
pretty
10 in
sure
the
we
top
said
10.
that. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We can talk about that later. But
Yeah,
yes,
we're not. Yeah, because when I initialized that, I was saying, but all right.
I think you made your
Well,
own rules up.
no, because I specifically asked about that for this reason. Because I was like, okay, because we talked about how the other ones worked, and I was like, well, okay, so if we're crossing that all, but whatever, that doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, if we're saying, would they probably be one of my 10 lowest ranked? Probably, but I'd still put them outside looking in. I think. They have some
You're a
pieces
little
that
high
are,
on copium, I guess.
They have no pieces. They
yeah,
have nothing.
literally,
No,
if
that's not true.
Saquon,
That's true. They have pieces. They just cannot put it together. There's nothing to gel them together.
yeah, if
And there's
Saquon
not
can
enough
go
pieces.
back to, if
And their
Saquon's
quarterback
healthy
sucks.
and back to what they're doing, and then Tyrod Taylor starts playing instead of Daniel Jones or something, or like Daniel just gets it together, or they have a competent offense where they're using their weapons, like this team can do some stuff.
What are their weapons besides Tony?
Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, and Wendell Robinson.
Darius
It's
Slayton's
like,
not going to make the team.
is he gonna get cut?
Yeah, lots of rumblings about that.
No.
Isn't
People
the
have been
one-
expecting him to get cut for weeks now.
Wait, what was the other? Who's the other guy? That's
Kenny-
isn't he still
Kenny
hurt?
Galladay.
No. The other Sterling
Sterling
Shepard.
Shepard.
Sterling Shepard, yeah, I think right
Yeah,
now he is.
he's probably going to come back after a couple weeks into the season.
When Tyrod takes over.
True.
Like I just feel like they're so. And then defensively, I literally don't think I can name a player now besides Thibodeau.
They have a Dory Jackson, decent at corner. Aaron Robinson, also half decent at corner. Their secondary is solid.
I
Their
like
linebackers
Xavier
are where
McKinney.
it's a,
I
yeah,
like
Xavier McKinney
Martinez
good.
at linebacker.
Julian Love is half decent, right? That's the safety. That's the safety out of Stanford, right? Oh no, he's out of Notre Dame, isn't he?
No, I thought.
Yeah, he's got Notre Dame.
But he's not.
I don't know who he is.
Isn't he been in the league for a while now?
Oh,
This
like
would be his
3
third
years,
year.
I think.
No, fourth year.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
played 3. Right?
we spent too much time on the Giants.
Yeah.
Jake can have him in outside looking in.
Let's get to the commies.
The commies.
The commies.
The-
Whoop, whoop.
The newly named Commanders.
Oh, that's what it stands for?
First order of business. Like the name?
No.
What should the name? My argument, since the name came out, is names do not matter in the NFL. Everyone will hate them. Every time, next time, whenever it will happen, someone's name changes, they'll hate it too. There's names, and all the names are
probably.
stupid.
That
All the names are
probably
stupid.
true. Doesn't mean you pick the worst one.
I think people would have complained about anyone, and
I disagree. I think people would have loved if they were the Hogs.
what if people would have kept their racist name though? You think people would have liked that?
I think more people would have liked that than like the Commanders.
Well, you saying most people are racist?
Yes.
I'm saying most people.
No.
Oh well, okay. I was gonna say most people don't want change, but
No.
maybe we're saying the same thing there.
That is that is the same thing.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of safe if you don't want it to change. I think Red Tails or Red Wolves would have gone a lot better than Commanders.
And I really wish they'd gone with the Hogs. It has historical significance to the team. I think they already have fans who dress up like them. It would have been so much cooler to
I
have.
think they would have
Well,
gone
I
away
think
with
anything
thinking-
other than Commanders, especially if you're not changing the logo or anything.
I mean, I did
God.
I did see a little bit of their first preseason game. Their new unis though are pretty clean.
Like, if the question is, are they leaving the logo as this garbage W? If that's the case, this name change sucks. If they were gonna do something with the logo here in a year or two, then it's like, okay, I'll give you some benefit.
I don't hate the
doubt.
W because it is kind of synonymous with Washington sports.
I don't hate AW. I hate this W.
Yeah. Because they don't get those in real life. They get L's.
Not even because of that. Because of the
But that's
stupid
true.
lines that go in the middle of it.
Yeah. Also, just like,
It
if you're
looks
gonna do
so dumb.
Washington, you're gonna do Washington Commanders, like, just fully go in. Like, will they just do George Washington as your logo or something? I don't know. Figure something out. Come up with a better logo.
All right, all right, all right. Let's get off of that and get on the actual players.
That just is irrelevant.
I don't hate
Although, can we have a moment of silence?
I don't
if it's
hate
magic?
W's. I just hate Fitz.
Can we have a moment of silence if it's magic?
What the fuck does that mean? That's the stupidest thing I've ever. I swear, there's probably not been a dumber thing said in all of human history.
I strongly disagree.
I'm happy you
No,
don't hate.
no. It's a logo. They spent millions of dollars on graphic designers to
put
design
lines
this logo,
inside
and
a
it's
W.
terrible.
They spent millions of dollars to make the W look more like two V's than a W.
Okay, let's go. Old Ryan Fitz. Headed
Can
out.
we have a moment of silence for him?
No, we're not.
The captain.
We didn't
The
have a
captain, the
moment
captain.
of silence for Big Ben, so we're not giving it to Fitz.
I would have gladly given.
Well,
Big
we
Ben a moment
didn't,
of silence.
so we're not gonna
Or-
retroactively do it.
All right, can we give Big Ben one now and not give Ryan Fitzpatrick
No,
one?
neither of them deserve it. Ryan Fitzpatrick played on too many teams, and Ben did too many sketchy things.
Yeah, that's why Ryan deserves it. There was half the league played with him.
No, he played on half the league.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
They lose DeAndre Carter, who I
That guy.
I think it's also funny that they just put he's a kick returner. They're like, you don't know him as a receiver, but he's not bad at kick returns. It's like,
Adam Humphries. Wait.
Adam Humphries, who I'm surprised isn't on a team. Like, he's a good slot guy. Your classic solid white slot guy.
Whoa,
Yeah, I think the problem-
come on now.
I think the
First guy
problem
in,
is
last
that
guy out?
that Washington was so bad that it just made his numbers go down and just his tape look so bad that everybody's like, I'll just take a chance on a 7th round player.
They lose Ricky Seals Jones. Oh
I
no.
know. In Division 2, I mean, they might be screwed on that one. How do you let him walk with in Division?
They're like, he's bad. Just let him go to the Giants.
Yeah.
Like, it'll make him worse. They lose Brandon Sheriff, which is not good.
Brandon Sheriff is easily the most important thing here. And I'd be very worried about the interior of that offensive line.
Yeah, I think that's a bad loss. I also don't love the opposite side of their other interior things. Losing Ionis and Settle, like, that's kind of not good
I
either.
actually didn't realize they lost Settle. That's really interesting.
Does Settle really matter for them, though?
Yeah, didn't Settle
Yeah, I
go
went
to
to high
your-
school with him.
Yeah, what the heck? The fuck, Jake?
Alright. But does he actually matter for them?
Well, I mean, that's like not a good.
I think he matters more to the Bills than he mattered to Washington.
Yeah.
Which is just to say that I don't think defensive tackle is a deep position for the Bills, but it is for Washington. So I
They
think
do-
these are good players, but it was a logjam at the position.
They lose John Bostic. He used to play for the
Yeah.
Steelers.
Boston.
And then-
That Boston also played at Florida, right? Correct?
I don't know. You should
Yeah.
know.
I know, I'm pretty sure he did, but there's been a few Bostics at Florida, so that's why I'm like
All
tripping.
right, the big name though, Landon
Yep,
Collins.
yeah, he played at Florida. Look at that. Go Gators. There we go.
They do lose, and then Landon Collins. Did he retire, or is he just
Landon
Gone.
Collins is ass.
I
Jonah?
mean, Landon
No,
Collins
ask
played pretty bad
ask
there for a hot
any
minute.
Washington fan.
He was struggle
I
bus.
mean, any Commanders fan, Jonah?
He was
No, Washington.
he was
Holy
2
crap.
years in to his massive contract, and they're like, "We'll take the dead hit."
You know, maybe
did
that
have-
maybe that bodes poorly for what we talked about a minute ago. What's his name? Jabal Peppers. Maybe these safeties leave the Giants and they're just not good. That'd be bad.
They get so much work with the Giants because everyone gets to the secondary.
Yeah, they look so good because there's so many chances.
They just rack up the tackles.
They get a shit ton of tackles, and then they've thrown the ball so much, so they're bound to make some plays. I mean, they are in the NFL, so maybe that's a good
Yeah.
point, Jake.
Yeah.
But you still think they're outside looking in?
Oh no, they're probably a playoff team.
Oh, you're right. If the if the Giants win,
But we're getting
This
ahead. We
division-
gotta do the additions.
if the Giants win this division this year, NFC East is irrelevant. It should be banned. All teams should be banned from the NFL.
Dude, Giants are one of my top two to win this.
Go join the SEC for all I care. All right, let's keep
No jokes aside, Giants are top two to win this.
Okay, let's keep going. Carson, big one. Carson Wentz traded
True.
from the Colts. This is his second team now in 2 years?
What, third and
Our
three,
team in
right?
3. Yeah.
I feel like that's easy.
I think the only problem here is that they overpaid for him. They did not need to trade what they traded for him.
Yeah, but the Colts always feel like Colts are probably they always get deals done, but I feel like they're probably like an annoying team to trade with because I feel like they always do get good returns.
I mean, it's not like I feel like it's half decent value. You're
They're
giving up.
trading what's going to end up being a second, a third, and then a second round pick swap. I mean, that's just too much for Carson Wentz. He was at the lowest point of his value. The entire world knew the Colts wanted rid of Wentz.
Yeah,
They
my thing
still
is
got
like
this much
if it's
for
a
him.
second round,
But like, who else was
if
competing
it
for
if
it?
it turns into the second round pick, it turns into the second round pick. But like, okay,
But
you have
this
your
is a team
starting
that's
QB.
rebuilding and very much needs those second and third round picks.
They weren't gonna
That's where
hit
the
on him
value
anyway.
is in this
I think
drafting.
maybe
Yeah,
the
like I know.
Commanders were like, we're not gonna hit on him anyway, so let's just get wins.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I like Wentz I mean I've always liked Wentz, so maybe this time it'll work out. He's back in his stomping grounds.
Now that everybody appropriately considers Wentz worse than Prescott, I like Wentz again.
But what if he plays real good this year? What if he
wait,
leads the
why?
Commanders to the
Who's
division?
everybody? 'Cause
Everybody is everybody who has a rational opinion.
I don't know. I don't seem to fit that narrative.
I don't think
Uh,
you fit that narrative, Jonah.
Yeah.
Apparently, I
Do we need
fit
to
it
roll the
closer than
tape
Jake
back
does.
on the? Do we need to
Uh,
roll the tape back on the Raiders and Chargers stuff?
no, no. Khalil Mack's overrated.
This is the
Uh,
Copium take, by the way.
That's irrelevant. We're on this. Let's not get
Yeah.
sidetracked.
All right, we talked about custody enough. Let's move on.
Resign J.D. McKissick.
He is the second best QB in the division.
Okay.
It's Danny Dimes than him.
Thank you.
Uh,
Someone gets it.
The J.D. McKissick thing was a funny story, but I don't think it matters anymore since they drafted Brian Robinson.
Ooh, I
Let's
think
be
McKissick is
real.
still playing a important receiving role for them.
I think he will, but I think it's gonna get reduced. And I don't think it would have they would have been able to. I think if they had Brian Robinson and no J.D. McKissick, I don't think it's that much different.
I mean,
I think
Jumping-
J.D. McKissick just beats out Brian Robinson.
I think Brian Robinson beats out Antonio Gibson.
Antonio Gibson.
And then J.D. McKissick also beats out Robinson or Gibson for the receiving role. I think there's a strong chance we might see him vanish from the league this year.
No, somebody will take a flyer on him. He'll get a chance at like a committee
He's
role
been
next
told
year, but,
to not fumble, and he fumbles all the time.
like
He
Who
fumbled
doesn't
preseason
put the
game
ball
in the
ground every
preseason
once in a
game.
while?
he got benched in a preseason game, which is
He got
sad.
no. You know what's even worse than that, Jonah? He got benched and then put back in with lesser players.
They did. They put him back in the second quarter.
That's not good. And Brian Robinson looked solid. We're jumping ahead before the draft, but he looked solid. So,
Fun.
but well,
Scary Terry.
Scary Terry, good
Got-
sign.
Hey.
Someone, hey, why don't you two look up
Yeah,
his signing
Terry.
bonus real quick? Because it was fat.
Really?
3 years, 70.
It was his signing bonus was fat. It was like 18 million or something, just because he put his name on a piece of paper.
Signing bonus
28
28 mil.
Oh my god! Hope he went somewhere nice for vacay this fucking off season.
He couldn't afford it.
That's true. He's got-
Because he was helping. He made a deal with Odell with the crypto stuff, and he was having to help Odell to afford dinner again.
no, that's so sad. Get out of crypto. All right, keep going. Cam Sims resigns.
Nice little re-sign for them there. You know, Cam played a nice little role for them. So.
Cam Sims is a guy who will make a big play every like third game, and it's gonna fuck your week up if you're the other team.
Yeah.
But other than that,
That's what I'm saying. It's a nice little re-sign. It's a depth receiver position that they got to keep.
Mhm.
Who's a solid dude who's young.
I like Norwell and I like Turner. I think those will do
I
something to
appreciate-
mitigate the
I
loss.
appreciate
of,
we all agreed to
Sure.
just hop over Lucas there.
What?
I don't know. I don't know the thing about Lucas. I just know the other guys.
I agree with you. That's why I think it was
Funny enough that he got
up.
signed for the most money.
He got re-signed. They liked him.
Ah.
But anybody else? I mean, nobody else jumps out at me.
Joey
Bobby
Sly.
McCain looked solid in that first preseason game.
Yo, Joey Sly gets signed for nearly $5 million deal, and you're
$2 million
saying
guaranteed.
nobody.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on. Okay. What we think about their C graded draft?
I don't love the first or second because of that word sticking out of the bottom of the screen there in that description. Reach.
Yeah, they
The
did.
R word.
But I do like Brian Robinson. Sam Howell's solid for value for a 5th round pick.
Yeah, maybe he'll.
Yeah, they got the Hobbit at QB.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have much to say. I mean,
No, the rest of it is nothing to me.
Dotson. I mean, down here it's saying Dotson himself said we were thinking late the second round, so then picking him halfway through the second, and then I read further down talking about the Mathis guy.
Yeah, I was say, if you scroll more further down, the second round guy thought he was going to the third, ish 4th.
I never liked to see our receiver was actually watching the NBA playoffs.
Well, the thing that's funny about this is like that means that their agents scouted out felt out where they were going to go in the draft with all the teams, and then were shocked after months of research.
So, I mean, anybody, you got any thoughts, Jake, on any of these guys? You said Brian Robinson was going to get beat out.
Poverty franchise, poverty draft.
I don't think the current 3rd string guy can get beat out. I think Jake means that he doesn't think Brian Robinson's gonna have that big of a role.
Why do you not like Brian Robinson, Jake?
I don't even not like him.
I mean, he was what, like, I think he had 20, he was like 6 for 28 and a touchdown or something in this last preseason game.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll be honest. I haven't looked at. I didn't get to watch preseason games at all. So
I'm just saying. That's why. Yeah. I'm just saying. A common theme right now is that he played well and people like him, and Gibson played bad. So
yeah, although 6 for 28 ain't anything special.
he scored.
Yeah.
He's preseason though.
But he passed the eye test.
Yeah, but I'm assuming he's playing with what they're with the second group or third group.
Nah, he was put in with the starters.
So.
I mean, what's worse? Do you think 6 for 28 and a touchdown is worse than a fumble, getting benched, and then getting put back in later into the game in a preseason game?
No, but.
Well, I think that's just my
argument. And
why...
going 4 rushes for 2 yards.
That's why I just.
Yeah,
my argument.
It is definitely worse than 4 for 2.
So
4 for 2 shows me that you're a grinder.
God, Jake's got the copium takes today.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I don't have faith in them on any of this, on anything ever.
Yeah, the Commanders are just. They've just been. I just feel so bad for Washington fans, as I'm kind of like a quarter Washington fan because I like the Nats. But I mean, even me, I'm still basking in the championship from a few years ago. So.
I don't. You want to fix it? Get rid of Dan Snyder. There you go.
I mean,
that fixes a hell of a lot of problems.
You're not wrong at all. Yeah. And I think
so. My thing is until then, I don't feel anything for them. I'm tough luck.
I feel bad for the fans.
I feel for all the fans. I feel for the players. I feel for the cheerleaders.
Probably I agree with the cheerleaders. Dang. My thing is, I don't necessarily feel too bad for the fans because they be supporting this franchise too much. At some point, if you really dislike it, just be like, yo, we're not gonna buy the brand new gear you're putting out with the new stuff.
Yeah, but that's not fair though. That's not fair to be like, your team you're passionate about don't like them anymore because the owners.
No, don't not like them. Just don't give them money. Don't give them exuberant amount of money. We're at the point where you can watch any game.
That's just depriving yourself of what little joy that the sports can give you.
Yeah, that's not fair
in the short terms. So
no one thinks like that though. No one thinks like that.
It's not sport. No fan thinks long term in sports.
They just think I hate Dan Snyder. Every Washington fan I know hates him and wants him gone. But at the end of the day, they
Every
can't do anything
But
about
they're
it.
not
being
willing
I
to.
know
But
hates
they're
him.
not willing to sacrifice like they
Why
should.
does one person sacrifice when no one else will?
I mean,
It's
like
such a
95% of this is me capping. But
Also,
also, I'm all in.
it doesn't matter if they give him money. He steals money from the other teams.
it doesn't even matter. He's not
Well,
even right. It's his wife, guys. He's actually out of it. The NFL did a good job.
yeah, and he's a good guy, really. It's just been a lot of mishaps and stuff. It's just been bad communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't really know what the word no means, you know?
Well, so he got this. He thought it was opposite day because someone
Every
told him it
day.
wasn't opposite day.
Oh, I see the confusion.
Yeah, so
Well, I'm putting him outside looking in. They're not as bad as the Giants, I don't think, but they're not good either.
I
Jonah,
agree.
you want to go? Or you want me
I
to go
agree because I would put them right around 11, 12.
Yeah, I think that's
And
perfect.
that's solely because of how much I love their defensive line and like a few of those weapons on offense, and that Carson Wentz is an upgrade.
So, okay.
Still have Chase Young.
This is Ratbird.
For you?
For sure.
Bro, I'll make a bet. What do you
And
want to bet right now? Let's do some
and
type of
I
bet.
will. You want me to go over now? I will lock in right here, right now. This team finishes with a top 4 draft pick.
What?
Are you guys betting where Washington finishes, or if Washington's going to finish better than the Giants?
I don't
Because
know
Jake
now.
put the Giants outside looking in.
Jake, I'll bet you a 14th round pick in our fantasy league that the Giants, or no, we'll do yours. Let's do the Washington will have. I'll bet you they'll have a. We'll give you a couple. I'll even give you a couple push picks. I'll say they'll be 8 and up.
Oh, I'll take it for sure.
All right, that's
So
on the
I have
line.
7 and under.
Huh?
I have 7 and under.
No, no. 7 through 5 is
No, no,
just
no,
a push.
Oh,
Nobody
okay.
wins. Nobody
Oh,
wins.
yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. Sure.
Okay, there we go. We'll follow that. We'll forget about it probably. Someone write it. Jake,
Nah,
put in the
You
cord.
know, this is easy. You turn it into a TikTok.
That's true. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I hope our league. We'll have to make some. Jonah's here. We'll have to make something up to make the trade make sense. We'll have to wait till like right before
It's
the
probably
trade.
just the 18th pick, that
We'll,
final one.
we'll have to make a.
Yeah, I mean, probably,
Wait,
honestly,
is
I
there
just
18
we
picks?
give you-
If there's 18
yeah.
picks, I meant to say 7. I meant to just do the second to last.
Well, no, it's 14. Let's do 14. 14 for 18.
14.
Must be
Okay.
accepted.
Okay. 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 Let's ride, baby. Let's go! I'm a Commanders fan this season, baby.
I mean, I
Wait,
am
should
too, but just for the
should we
difference.
put in any injury stipulations or do we just ride?
I mean, for
We
me,
ride.
I don't really
I
care.
think you should ride. I think you just
We
ride.
ride. Okay. Where are you putting it? Oh, you said Ratbirds?
Yeah, I mean,
You said outside
they are
looking in,
low on the Ratbirds.
Yeah, I said outside looking in again.
Like I said, I feel confident. I would lock them in as a top 4
It's
pick.
nice to know. It's nice to know that you finally have another Ratbird team.
I know, right?
And just like every Ratbird team we have, we collectively disagree.
I'm
I
so
know.
blown away that Jake didn't understand the concept, but he knew that he hated the Commanders so much that they're gonna have a top 4 pick. They didn't have a what? They didn't have a top 4 last year, and they didn't
Man.
have
I
They
thought
had
that secondary
Heineke
was
running the
good.
show.
Correct.
Hurricane Jackson.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move into the star team of this one. That's pun intended
I
too.
don't-
A
I don't
literal
know-
star.
I don't know where you're going here.
The Eagle. No, let's talk about the boys. What's that one guy on YouTube, Jonah? He always you know what I'm talking about? The guy that does the highlight videos. He's just always like, the boys.
Oh. Yeah, I know.
All right, Jonah, walk us through these losses. You should know them all, you know, like the
By
back of
heart.
your hand.
You want him to take the screen off so you can just say them on your own?
No.
I believe Clement actually did sign somewhere, but that doesn't matter. Irrelevant. Amari Cooper, I'm pissed that we only got a 5th round draft pick for that. I'm pissed knowing that we have $22 million in cap space and could have easily afforded to keep him, and we traded him anyway.
Are you pissed too that he's getting his quarterback is negotiating his suspension?
Yes, it pisses me off that Deshaun Watson is trying to negotiate a lighter suspension.
You think Cooper's helping him? Like he's open the mediation or whatever?
No, Amari Cooper is such a milquetoast person.
What is that? I've never heard that.
Amari Cooper.
What does
Amari
that
Cooper's
mean?
just sitting there like, what? We did this all the time with the Cowboys. I don't even get
No,
this.
they wouldn't. Zeke and Prescott love each other too much to do something like that.
Well, they do it together.
That's fine though. They're in love.
Cedric Wilson is another big loss. That I would really like to have back because he would fit very well in this current version of us.
Did they not
What
want to
about
pay
Blake
him?
Jarwin?
No, I want
Yeah,
to
Cedric.
Wilson.
The thing was, we were hoping that Michael Gallup would come back healthy. We were hoping we weren't gonna have other injuries, and that somebody would actually step up.
Cedric just makes no sense to me.
Cedric Wilson's getting paid $7 million this year. He was gonna be no better than the third string receiver, and the Cowboys are like, nah. We'll
But that's what he's
we'll let
gonna
off
be
you
with
like
the
4.
Dolphins, I'm guessing.
Wait, what? Yeah, what did he get paid with the Dolphins?
It's 7 a year.
So is he? Gonna
He
be
is
the
also
three
going to be
with
the
the
third
Dolphins?
string there, but he was originally getting paid to be the second. But it's
Well,
just a
they
matter
know
of
that's how you get it done.
Stephen Jones being a very cheap motherfucker who never wants to spend cap money.
I don't know. I don't like letting Wilson walk like
Wait,
that
did I
after
misunderstand something right now?
leaving, letting Cooper go.
Is Stephen Jones Jerry? Relation
Yes.
to Jerry Jones?
Yeah, it's just yeah. Our entire front office is whole
Just the
nepotism.
Jones.
They're like the shinny Roonies.
Yeah,
Nah, there we
yeah.
go.
That's a very good way to put it.
Well, business size wise,
No. They run the
Size-wise,
team.
they're
They
really
run the
good.
team like they want to have the margins as wide as possible. They
Yeah,
want to
but-
make as much money off of the team as
But
possible.
Jake, the difference
just
is the
not make us
Steelers are
win.
still very popular and make good money, but we're also good. So
Oh,
Yeah,
I
because you
100%
guys
agree. But I'm
understand
not
that.
gonna be as
Oh,
Jerry
let me just
business
make
wise is the best.
let me make
owner in
$50
the
million
league.
a year instead of 70. I want to have a good team to show for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jerry business wise is still the best in the league. If you're talking about as an owner and for the sake of winning and business combined, maybe not. But
You want to talk about a team that a fan base that should stop giving their team money so that they can force the ownership to change. Just change their ways. Not even like I don't even need Jerry to go away. I just
Yeah,
need him
that's
to
what I'm saying.
fucking
I don't think
understand
you
he needs
wanna
to
get rid
hire
of
a
Jerry.
general manager
they're like a
to
more
manage the
they're
team
like
and
a
not
more
give his son all these hiring
they're
responsibilities.
more greedy than Michael Jordan with his with the fucking
Yeah.
That's I love it. I love the
Um,
Cowboys. Talk about Blake Jarwin.
Yeah, Blake Jarwin.
I thought he was just
interesting.
supposed to be the guy like 2
Yeah,
years ago.
last year they all said
Many
it was
injuries.
last year. Last year everyone was like, he's gonna be the guy. Dalton Schultz ain't gonna do nothing.
It was the year
Your
before
boy-
that as well.
Your
The year
boy
before
held on to
that.
Dalton Schultz all year because he said incorrect. Dalton
And then
Schultz
2
that
years
year.
ago, he had that 3 touchdown game against the Giants, and all the Cowboys fans were like, "Oh my God, he's the future. Witten's back.
Future.
Witten's back."
Yeah,
And then he
he
just
ain't
kept getting
nothing.
hurt and kept getting hurt. Then Schultz stepped up.
All right. Well, you guys 3 linemen, 2 good ones. It seems like
Uh,
one really good
yeah,
one.
Ty Inseki, he probably just retired without anybody noticing. He was a backup for a lot of his career. He was a swing tackle. Connor Williams was just because he was the most penalized lineman in the league. We're like, we're not paying you.
Oh, thank God that problem's gone away then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'll get to that. Collins was a weird one, but Collins got beat out by a much cheaper undrafted guy last year and could never get his job back. So that was just what it was.
That's Copium.
It's just what happened.
Copium.
He lost his job. He wasn't even a starter last year. Let's see. KZ, he was solid. He had some nice moments.
Yeah, he played pretty good in the preseason game for the Steelers. Played a lot though, but he's gonna be a backup guy for us. So
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's kind of what he was for us, except for we didn't have like a solid starting safety, so we had a weird like 4 safety rotation. Neal was a very very nice linebacker. Glad he's going back to safety.
Yeah, he was a lot better.
It
safety
fits
than he
him
was
better.
linebacker. I don't know why y'all tried to move him to linebacker. I'm honest.
I mean, Dan Quinn had a vision. He got a lot of things right. It wasn't that.
I like to think it was the Jones family. They're like, we got a guy who can play both. Think how much money we'll save.
They were thinking he can be Isaiah Thomas, or not Isaiah Thomas, Isaiah Simmons with the Cardinals, but he can't.
No, if they were thinking that, he'd be playing D lineman.
He'd be playing everything. He
Being
started
medi-
3 different positions at the same time.
and being mediocre at them all.
Go to.
And the name on this list I'm saddest to see go,
Greg
not
the
because he was that
leg.
good, not because he was that good, simply because he's just that much better than the garbage we have at the position now. Greg the leg.
Greg the leg.
That's so sad.
Wait, you're telling me you don't like Liam Hemsworth?
Oh, Hajulahu?
No,
No.
Liam Hemsworth.
That guy.
No, he's been disappointing to date. So
Oh,
disappointing that the disappointment that led us to go get Greg the leg is back in camp now.
Yeah, man.
We've
Now
regressed. We're
I
2
just
kickers
right.
behind now.
Yeah.
okay. Let's jump over. Michael Gallup got paid.
We signed.
I actually really like that we kept Gallup. I really do like Gallup. I wish he would stop getting hurt. Hope he can come back healthy and
Isn't this just
stay
like?
healthy.
Isn't he just still hurt from last year though?
It is. But I mean, this wasn't. I don't think he's
Oh.
played a full season in his career yet.
Ooh,
And then you guys get James Washington, who we kind of talked about with the Steelers, but
Broke his foot
broke his
like
foot.
2 weeks ago.
Jeremy
which
Sprinkle
sucked.
got a holding.
Oh.
I remember he was one of the
Oh.
one of the penalties from the other night.
Yeah, Sprinkles is
go.
fine. Like he's like our 4th tight end. He might not make the roster.
Not with them holding calls.
Dalton
No, those
Schultz,
definitely don't
nothing
help.
like franchise
Schultz-
tagging your franchise tight end.
I agree, Drew. I agree. Pay him. I'm so annoyed we didn't pay Dalton Schultz.
That's your second. That's your second best receiver going into the season, probably.
It wouldn't be if Gallup was healthy, but as of right now, it very much is.
Ooh.
Franchise tag
It's
your franchise tight end.
I hate the way that they deal with the franchise tag. They just refuse to pay guys, and then they tag him twice, and then they're like, "Fuck, all right, we do like him. We're gonna pay him way too much now."
But
We could've
Tatum
gotten him
Price,
for
I'm
like
I
5
don't know
million
why
less
he's
a year.
mad. Why is he so angry with us? He's getting paid a lot. I like the idea that the Jones family knows nothing about the franchise tag, just that it keeps them around for another year.
Yeah, they just don't understand. There are repercussions to this.
For some intern, like, actually, if we actually pay him, it would be like less on our cap. Like, no, franchise tag him. We gotta use it. We only get one. We gotta use it.
Yep.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
As a nice pay cut he took. I really appreciate that he took that pay cut because it allowed him to stay around. He realized the Jones family was gonna cut him.
He
He's
lost
old.
money.
He did.
Yeah.
Ooh, no shot. I'd have been like,
He was making like 20 a year. Now he's only making like 13 or 14.
They
Okay.
super overpaid him.
You guys get Anthony Barr?
Anthony Barr is really cool.
Ooh, Jake. do
It
you
was a
not
very
like Lawrence?
It was a very late into camp.
No, I was saying they
sign,
super
too.
overpaid him on the old contract.
Okay.
I
They
mean,
did.
now
They
he's
did. He'd
probably
only had
gonna-
one season above 10 sacks.
Yeah, I'd still
mean,
probably, he's probably
he
still
was-
overpaid,
he was
honestly.
entirely
But you
paid
do
on
it now
impact.
because he's done it. He's been there for you guys. Like the overpay isn't as bad now.
I don't think it's an overpay. It could very easily become an overpay, but I don't think it is at the moment. He's a very nice presence.
My
He's a
thing
good leader,
is you do it.
and I
You
think
do it.
if he's just healthy, he's still good.
You do it because of all that. He's a leader. He's been there with them for a while. Like you give him the chance to prove that he can still do it. You don't just cut ties.
I mean, clearly they like him. 30 million of that 40 is guaranteed.
Yeah.
I like Anthony Barr. It was a nice pickup. I really appreciate that we now have 2 starting linebackers, so that Micah can do whatever the hell they want to have him do.
Mean Minka?
Yeah, Micah Parsons.
Okay. Dante Fowler?
Dante
Dante
Fowler.
Dante Fowler is not the player people think he is.
No.
Not busy.
I hope Dan Quinn can come up with something for him, but I don't know that Dante Fowler's going to make
He's
the
the
roster.
best defensive end
You
on
mean
your
Dan
team.
Quaid, the head coach?
The shadow head coach.
Oh, okay.
He's the best defensive end on your team.
That's very much not true, and like I said, Dante Fowler might not make the roster.
He's
Don't
the
listen to
best.
him. Jake's a Cowboys fan. I mean, yeah, Jake's a Cowboys fan. I like that. narrative.
That's true. That's true. Go Cowboys.
Malik Hooker and J-Rod Curse, pretty happy with. Glad they resigned him.
Okay. Jake, anything to add in here?
No, not really. I'm a little shocked you just skipped over Van. Wait, did you talk about Van Der Esch? Maybe you
I didn't
did
talk about
last,
Van Der
maybe
Esch.
not
Van Der
that
Esch,
one.
I like, but I mean, they only gave him the 1-year contract. I think they don't like him long term. I don't think they want to keep him long term. I
think-
disagree.
I
But
think Van Der Esch has kind of been ass.
He's the
well,
best linebacker.
he got hurt in his second season, and it plagued him for a little bit. But the last half of last year, he was very good.
Oh what?
But it's a very small sample size.
Ooh.
So I don't know. I don't know if this is a prove it deal or if it's we really want a stopgap kind of deal.
I liked Van Der Esch. I wish the Steelers were gonna. I thought the Steelers were gonna get him that year. But I just don't know. I just don't feel like he's. I think the health thing has been definitely a problem for him.
Yeah, if he could be half the player he was his rookie year, he'd be great for us. But
Okay. Well, let's jump over to the draft. Run the show, Jonah.
Tyler
Yeah.
Smith was not the lineman I was hoping for. All the linemen we liked got picked ahead of us.
Yeah.
But Tyler Smith has got a lot of potential. He's just very raw, and the Cowboys have to really mold him. That's why they're starting him at guard.
Ooh, that's
Uh,
not good.
Well, I mean, there's not an open tackle spot for him. Otherwise, he's just going to be our backup swing tackle, and that's not necessarily what you want your first round pick doing. I like Sam Williams. He was a little overdrafted.
And then
Tolbert's what?
Then you got Tolbert, the fantasy football sleeper.
Tolbert had a rough first game. I'm gonna chalk that up to the Broncos curse. We'll see. We'll see what he can do later in the preseason to like instill hope.
I can't believe the Broncos curse goes through preseason as well.
It's everything.
That's a deep curse. That's a deep, deep curse.
Until the Simpsons write in that Homer Simpson sold the Broncos, that curse exists.
Oof. But the Broncos are owned by the Walmart people now.
Not yet.
Oh,
It's in the works.
I thought they could.
No, even if it gets approved, it's gonna take like a year or two.
Ooh. Well,
It's not
is
instantaneously.
Jake Ferguson going to be the new guy, the new tight end, the new Witten?
Funny enough, he's drafted at the same round and everything as Schultz, and he's got similar profile. So there's rumblings, but I hope they're just rumblings because I very much like Schultz, and that we're not gonna strike gold twice in the fourth round.
He might.
Deron Bland has been very good. I like him as like a 3-4 corner.
But is he a rapper?
No, and that makes him so much more appealing. But that's why he went in the fifth instead of the second. If he was a rapper, he'd have gone in the second.
That's true.
Damani Clark had a very unfortunate spinal injury,
Ooh.
but if he can come back, he should be very good. He was a fringe first rounder before the injury. So
What do you think?
fingers crossed.
You know something about Clark, Jake. I know you do.
Actually, I don't really remember it.
What about Ridgeway?
No, I never was at a Arkansas game.
Okay. Well, Jake was Jake. I think Jake's been
What?
quiet because he might be going ham right here on this tier
Well,
list.
no.
Jake has been real quiet. It's like a calm before a storm.
I don't know.
I'll go first, and then I'll get out of the way of the fireworks show. And then what will probably happen is nothing really will be that surprising, and then it'll just kind of be funny. I mean, I'm gonna put him playoff team, man. Yeah,
Playoff team or playoff hopeful?
hopeful. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Playoff hopeful. The division's just so bad. You guys will probably beat the Giants twice this year. You'll probably trade with the Commanders and Eagles, and then you guys have legitimately one of the weaker schedules, and you'll get into the NFC playoffs. You'll be like somewhere in that wild card range, I think, and it won't be that close. I think you'll have it locked up. All things considered, being healthy, Gallup comes back healthy, ready to play, ready to contribute. Zeke is still Zeke. Pollard will probably play slot like you were saying the other day, and then
Yeah, Pollard's gonna be our starting slot receiver.
You guys will be fine. You guys ain't gonna win the Super Bowl this year. You guys ain't gonna make a deep run, but you make a playoffs again. Good for y'all, Jonah. I can't wait for you to watch.
Jake, you wanna go first?
No. Jake goes last.
Jake goes
Why
last.
Why am I
Jake
going
goes-
last?
You've been too quiet, Jake. You better
Actually,
fucking-
that's fair. That's fair. I should go last because it ain't moving much if I go.
You bring the heat, Jake. All right, where are you putting him, Jonah? Where are they going?
I've been really toying with this, and I've had weeks to sit on this and still have
It's like
no idea
contender.
which one of these two I'm putting them in. But I gotta be realistic. They're a contender above the Bucks, above the Bengals, and above the Chiefs.
All right,
They're the best team.
where are you actually putting them?
I don't see why you could disagree. They're gonna
Spoken like
be
a true
4 or
Cowboy
5
fan.
seed. They're gonna be the 4 or 5 seed in the East or in the NFC.
Oh, so you think
Four.
they maybe don't win the division?
I think they're definitely gonna be in the playoffs.
But you think
There's
there's a
just
chance they
not
don't
enough
win the
teams
division?
even vying for the wild card that if we don't win the division that we won't make it. So
So I have to
I'm
imagine the
solidly putting
only
them in
team
the
you
playoffs.
have potentially beating you in division is the Eagles, then, right?
Based on what I've said about the other two teams, yes.
I was just making sure because I was like, "Where's this going, my young fella?"
All right, Jake.
All right. I don't really know why Drew thought I was going to be super negative here.
Not because you told
I
me
mean,
that you were.
nah, no.
I think
I
your
mean,
exact words before the pod were, "Let me get
I
angry so I can get Jonah back."
yeah, but the opportunity just never presented itself, and I can't just ruin my team pick because of that. Like, getting him back would be fun, but like they're a talented team.
But
Like
Trent
you can't put
Richardson.
them too low. I know, man, you're getting me, but like I can't, like it's a talented team. It's a bad division. They should win the division. I feel like you have to at least put them in playoff hopeful.
Okay.
That's kind of how I feel.
I am very,
Oh,
very angry looking at this and seeing that we're in the same tier as the Jaguars.
wait. I forgot one thing though. Everything I just said was a lie. The Cowboys suck. The defense is one of the most overrated units I have seen in a hot minute. Their
Okay.
two best players on the team supposedly aren't even good. They're the most overrated guys I've ever heard talked about.
Who are
I'm
they?
specifically talking about Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. I do not want to hear about these guys ever again at this point because they're treating them like the second coming of Jesus.
Trayvon Diggs has
When
been getting
they're
cooked in camp.
when it's an average, below average corner and a pretty average linebacker. And I'm tired of everyone talking like they are the goats of the country or whatever. And this defense is
Uh,
really going to show how average they are this year. And I'm going to put them in high
I
end of
will
Ratbirds.
I will listen to the delusional takes on Trayvon Diggs being bad, but the Micah Parson thing is just laughable. I mean, he was second in defensive player of the year voting last year.
Yeah,
He's
but
a
well,
very good
who
player.
is he behind? Just curious.
A good player, TJ Watt.
Some white guy in Pittsburgh, I think.
Some white guy that you wanted to draft.
Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started on how
Over
bad the Cowboys have been
got
on some of those things.
ridiculous amount of undeserved love.
Uh, I, you're just wrong. That's okay.
We'll see. We'll see. By the way, if you
Uh,
didn't hear, I said Ratbirds for the Cowboys.
yeah, okay. Realistically rank them real quick.
No, that's my actual rank, Ratbirds. I put them at probably pick 9 or 10.
Okay. That's an impossibility, but okay.
You know what's fucked up?
Uh,
You know what's fucked up, Jonah? You're gonna be mad at me. There's some negative copium, which I know you love, that I think that's not unrealistic for the Cowboys this year.
I'm baffled, but okay.
I think.
Jake, I do want to go back to the Trayvon Diggs thing just real quick. Jake, the problem I have with the Trayvon Diggs thing is that the world's telling Trayvon Diggs that he's Jesus, and Trayvon Diggs is believing it. So
No,
I'm very concerned
It's
that
more
he's
Cowboys
falling for it.
fans.
No, it's not even just the Cowboys fans. The problem was the Cowboys fans. There's too many of us, so the media panders to us, and I hate it.
He's below average.
He's
What
not
if-
below average. He's definitely above average.
Well, he's below average for a starting corner.
No, that's definitely not true.
Dude, he gives up so much. He got cooked by KT.
No, it was part of the
game.
system. It was part of the system because we kept playing. We kept playing zone that whole time.
Nah,
Terrible.
there was plenty of man where his ankles were broke. I've watched a lot of the Cowboys. As much as I hate saying that, I have watched enough to watch him get ankles broken in man coverage. He got most of his picks in zone because in zone you're playing a spot, and if you're in the right spot and you have good hands because you're a receiver converted to DB, you're going to be straight. His man was getting cooked.
Silence.
He's wrong. I don't need to fight.
I want to get to my negative coach.
I will say
It's your negative vote.
Micah Parsons, I was over exaggerating for the
Yes,
sake of the point.
of
I will
course.
admit that. Micah Parsons is a solid linebacker.
And
I
I'm
still
not
think
really trying to argue
I still
that
think
I
they
think
overblow
Trayvon
that.
Diggs is the best corner in the league. I don't think he's top 10. I don't know if he's top 15. I just
Well,
think I just know he is. He's like
so
whatever the baseline is for good. He's that.
well, all right. Well, to me, I would probably put him outside of top 20. Maybe not by a ton, but my point being is, to me, that's below average for a starter.
God, if you put a gun to my head, I don't think I could name 20 corners.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure I could, but
I'd have to be.
But if
There'd be a
I'm,
lot of Steeler corners in there.
I do not want Trayvon Diggs as my number one corner.
What about 2?
How much man do I run versus how much zone do I run?
90-10 man to
90
zone.
10 man?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want him playing.
80?
No.
50?
I'll manage maybe.
Okay, let's get to my negative copium take. That it's a double whammy because Jonah hates negative copium, and it's bad about the Cowboys.
I do definitely hate negative copium. It just doesn't make sense.
Let's say. Let's say Zeke doesn't work out. Let's say Zeke regresses this year.
Again,
O-line struggles.
it's like 3-4 straight.
O-line struggles. Zeke regresses. Gallup doesn't come back healthy. I think that offense struggles.
No, I don't think it struggles because I think Pollard can do a lot of what Zeke does, and you can mask a Zeke regression pretty well.
I'll also copium take on that one. Pollard wins the starting job by the end of this year. By the end of this year, the Cowboys have decided they are moving on from Zeke and Tony Pollard.
I think if Zeke stays healthy, that won't happen because Zeke will just get the opportunities and Pollard won't. They like Zeke. They've paid him so much money. He's still got guaranteed money. They're not going to let it happen.
Are you not scared that CD might fall into like the Juju curse of being the second guy, and now he's the first guy, and he just can't do it?
No, because I'm pretty sure he became the number 1 guy, and Amari Cooper was the number 2 there for a while last year.
But you think defenses looked at him that way, or that how the Cowboys
I do. I think defense is kind of flipped on it. Because I think CeeDee Lamb is just more athletic, and so he did more. So you needed a better corner on him.
Assuming Gallup isn't there for first few games, who the fuck?
It's going to be a very tight end. It's going to be a very tight end heavy scheme, and Pollard's really legitimately going to be playing receiver a lot.
Okay.
The play calling is going to be very different. The way the team looks in the first few weeks is going to be drastically different than it does the rest of the season.
Well, if there's anyone I can trust, it's Kellen fucking Moore. Let's ride.
Hey, do we want to make a bet on this one that the Cowboys after week 6 only have 1 win?
I'm not making that. I can't be risking.
Are you agreeing to hand me your first round pick? What are we doing?
First round pick? I don't know if we can. I don't know if the rest of the league mates will want that.
All right. So Drew's gonna take your 14th. Do you want to do 13th then?
Yeah, 13 for what?
Dude, it'll be so fucking funny if Jake loses 2 picks.
13th for what you just said, that they're not going to win a game.
So
I know,
much
but
next year.
I'm saying what's the pick that you give? You know, like the. Wait, it can't be 18 again, obviously, because I don't have any.
17. We'll make an appropriate gap.
And then is there any push room?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Like,
you made drastic claims.
How many games do you think they win?
A game and a tie.
I mean, I don't know if I can give you any push room, because any push room is 100% leeway. That's 100% margin of error on the bet.
Like, I think if you gave
set
me
the bar
2,
so low that I don't think I can give you.
Yeah, I think if you gave a 2 as a push, then I think I would take it. Just to clarify, so you know, you play the Giants and Washington in the first 6.
I don't care who we play the rest of the season.
I don't even want to talk to Jonah if the Cowboys are 1-5. He'll just be so sad.
Yeah, I'll take. If you give me a single push game, I'll take it.
Sure.
So that they win 3? You're confident?
No, they have to. Yeah,
No,
they have to win 3 for Jonah to win, 2 if it pushes,
yeah,
1
3
I
of our
win.
last 11 games we have to win. We have to go 3-8.
I thought
The
he's
Wait,
in
what?
I thought he's in the
No,
first six.
I said you win 1 in the first 6.
Oh, I thought you said after week 6.
No,
No,
of the
first
first 6.
Oh, yeah, I'll still take that.
Yeah. So if y'all win
That
2
makes it
in
a
the
lot less
first
ridiculous.
6.
But still,
Oh
yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna.
you thought I was saying 1 after. Yeah,
Maybe
that would be
Yeah, that's
wild.
why I was blown away. That's why I said first round pick.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
No,
But yeah,
1 in the first
I
6.
am aware that we play the Bucks and Bengals in those first 2
You
weeks,
play Bucks,
and then like
Bengals,
the Rams is in
Rams,
there, I
and
think.
Eagles.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's tight. I don't know, Jonah.
Exactly. That's why I said it.
That's spooky.
mhm,
Then the other 2 are the Giants and Washington. So
mhm.
you have to sweep them and win another one of those to win the bet.
I mean, I think the worst case scenario here is it's 2 wins, and it's a push on the bet. So I don't. It's not. The bet's probably not going to amount to anything. But
All I know is I got my 14th. Let's go, baby. Okay, let's go on to Fly Eagles Fly, baby. Start with the departures. Lose Jordan Howard. Who cares? Brandon Brooks finally retires.
that's kind of sad for them.
Yeah, he's been
Brandon
good.
Brooks was a real staple for that line for a while.
Ryan Kerrigan
Not that it
retired.
matters.
Ryan Kerrigan retired.
I wonder if he got a 1-day contract with Washington. I hope he did.
And the rest of
He
these guys.
did. He did.
Rest of these
Okay,
guys
that's
are.
good.
I don't even know
At
who
least they said
Gerard
he was
Abreu
going
is.
to.
Bernard.
Oh, I see why you singled him out.
Alex Singleton. He's been in the league for a brick. Steven Nelson. He used to play for the Steelers. I'm surprised they let him go, but he must have just not played well for them. He played very well for us between him and
I
Joe
think
Hayden.
I think he's at that level where he's a good backup, and that's just the entirety of their secondary after Darius Slay.
Okay. Anybody else? They didn't really lose a lot. I think that's kind of like the big thing right here.
Yeah, they just kind of like trimmed the fat and had a little bit of turnover
Yeah.
on the margins there.
Which way? Up. Nope.
Down.
They re-signed Boston Scott. Let's
Man,
roll.
What a retention there.
That's huge for them. And then the big day, the big draft trade.
Zach Pascal.
Big draft trade.
Oh.
AJ Brown. For what? First rounder. And
Yeah,
a
number
third.
18 pick and the number 101 pick.
I like the trade. I mean, I
I
like
think
AJ
that
Brown.
trade is outstanding.
For who?
I think that might be the most
The Eagles.
important, the most important acquisition that any of the teams in this division made.
Yeah, they really needed that big time.
After
receiver.
wasting their first round draft pick 2 years ago on Jalen Reagor, they were in desperate need of a number 1 wide receiver. And
Yeah,
they've already got a number 2. That's great. They're gonna complement each other so well.
Am I the only one that thinks that this wasn't worth it?
Yeah, you're sitting on an island. You have a chair
Yes.
with you?
My only reason is like the team has too many other issues that like I don't think this pushes them over the hump to be a contender in any stretch.
I think it at least gives them some foothold in the NFC East.
What do you think is a bigger issue?
The defense as a whole, mainly secondary.
Oh,
I got James Bradbury.
Yeah, mainly secondary.
I get it. I think that's the safeties are a slight concern, but I think their starting corners are good. I like Darius Slay and James Bradbury a lot as a
I
starting
like
corner.
Slay.
I like Bradbury.
I don't hate Bradbury. I like Bradbury as your 2. You're not like, I mean, he's better
think
than
there's nothing
Diggs.
wrong with that. Maddox makes for a fine third, if unexceptional.
I feel like
The
that wasn't heard.
linebackers are where I would feel iffy.
I think
I feel like that
regardless,
wasn't heard or appreciated as much as it should have been. But
I think regardless of the defense, Jake, you gotta give your young quarterback weapons.
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it is good to get AJ Brown. I don't know if it's good to sacrifice that much capital to get AJ Brown right now without having a real answer for all the other
A
positions. they
first
need
and a
help at.
third doesn't seem that wild. to me.
Like you guys have been saying, it's not a strong division. The Eagles
Yeah,
could
that's
very
what.
easily just win the division.
Yeah, I
They'll
think
go. They
it.
could go in with a top 3 seed, and I think that it's just very much worth it to just take the win now player instead of like hoping that Traylon Burks or whoever you'd end up with at 18 is going to be as good.
Also, AJ Brown's not fucking 100. He's very young. He just got paid
Yeah,
his
he's
first
like
big contract.
26, right?
I don't know if he's that old. I mean, maybe look him up.
He's 25. He
25.
just turned 25 in June.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought he was pretty young. So, first and a third for him. I mean, they didn't have to. I don't think the capital for him was crazy. I think
They gave
mainly
up.
that was
They gave
because
up
they
the
had to
third
pay
for him
him.
because they were going to draft a wide receiver with that first pick anyway.
Yeah, and I mean they had to pay him is why it wasn't wild.
They had
But,
to pay him, but they don't have to pay Jalen Hurts yet, so that makes it very easy to eat.
I mean they have
Yeah.
a solid 1 and a 2 receiver wise. A very good tight end, if not borderline good to great.
Yeah.
I
I think
mean,
that's totally is like I think they have a 1 and a 3.
You think Devontae Smith's a 3?
Yeah. Personal. I
Oh
think
wow.
I think in the NFL he is too one-dimensional.
what about Ray Gore?
I mean, he's their one, right?
Oh, you're right. My bad. AJ Brown, he's a tight end actually. Did you not see that? That's the new Cam rumor. He's blocking, baby. He can do that well.
Who?
AJ Brown.
AJ
I
Brown.
think yeah, I like
how Jonah didn't hear
Devontae.
me.
I like Devontae Jonah, but I think he's a 3 at the NFL level personally.
I disagree because of that thing I was talking about earlier. He's just too good at the one thing he's good at.
Yeah, but the
I
one
think
thing
he's
he's
gonna be a
good
2.
at, the one thing he's good at is a thing that it can't be your one thing in the NFL. There is no one who's just fast in the NFL and they just do it because of that.
Tyreek Hill.
That's what I'm saying. Tyreek Hill isn't that. Like Tyreek Hill's super shifty too. He can change direction a lot better than Devontae can. Like Tyreek Hill can take the under route and make people miss and take it 60, 70.
What about Mike Wallace?
That's not really Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith can outrun people.
What about Mike Wallace?
And Mike Wallace was a solid 3 to 2.
I mean, he was the one for the Steelers for a long time. What about Deshaun Jackson?
I think Deshaun Jackson was a little. I mean, Deshaun Jackson's close to it as being one-dimensional, but he wasn't like if Deshaun Jackson wasn't.
definitely has the shiftiness that
If
he's
he-
saying is
yeah.
a different skill.
Yeah, and if he wasn't also so Deshaun Jackson, one is the shiftiness, and then two also Deshaun Jackson's career is nowhere near what it was if he also wasn't a returner.
And then one more player before we move
No,
on.
I disagree with that.
One more player though. What about Percy Harvin?
Percy Harvin's completely not that.
Man, you want to talk about a one-dimensional player.
Percy Harvin played running back for them for a few weeks and had like 100-yard games at running back.
I can't
because he
believe
could
Jake
play.
took the debate so hard.
Percy Harvin was bigger
Overrated.
than all of them and could bench over 400 pounds.
Why is he not good in the NFL then?
He
All
was. He
that
just
pot.
mentally was unstable.
Was he mentally weak?
I mean, that's one way you could put it.
Well, that's what you said about Michael Thomas.
Well, yeah, but Michael Thomas is like you call him a slant boy and he goes a fit. Percy Harvin was like he had legitimate mental issues and migraines all the time.
You don't know Michael Thomas doesn't have that.
So one of them's a psycho and one of them's just a baby.
One of them is what Jonah called Derek Carr,
Who's that?
and the other one
Man,
is
you're really bad-mouthing Harvey.
Harvey. I don't know who Harvey is.
Oh, I didn't know you know
I
Harvin like
considered
that.
his first and his last name.
All right,
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my only thing with Devontae. I think Devontae's solid, but I do think
You don't think
Devontae's better as a.
moving down? Do you think AJ does everything? Smith runs fast, and then Zach Pascal is that good intermediate?
Maybe. Pascal just hasn't been able to put a complete season together to show it.
What about Greg Ward? Greg Ward's always been okay for the Eagles.
I like Greg Ward as a 4 or 5.
Okay.
I think Greg Ward could be a 3. It
Well,
disappoints me that they've shoved him down the depth chart because I think he's been better than a lot of the receivers they've had lately.
Quez has been half decent for them too.
Yeah, I'd like
But
more.
that's my issue is all of them, all the other guys are like they've been decent at times.
But that's all you need if you have a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, but this is get back to. I don't think they have a 1 and 2.
That's
You
all you
don't-
need if you have a 1 and a 3. It's just a bunch of
Yeah.
guys who are decent.
You don't think Brown
No,
could
because
help Smith?
they have to plug in at the right time. That's true if it's like, hey, they're decent at the right
Well,
time.
and
But if
they have
it's
a good. They've got a very good tight end. I just don't think it. I don't think it
yeah,
matters. The rest of
that's
those
the
wide
other one where
receivers.
I'm lower on him than most people.
Why do you hate the Eagles, Jake?
Well, more it's the division as a whole.
Who the fuck do you think is winning the division then?
I mean, probably the Eagles.
Okay. I don't know how you can shit on this team so much more than you shit on the Cowboys and then have them so much higher. Okay, whatever.
Because
Okay.
they're all bad.
Let's just finish going through this.
Jason.
If a division,
Because
if a division
you're wrong.
winner,
You're definitely wrong.
if a division winner wasn't automatically in, no team from this division would make the
Two
playoffs.
teams from this team made the playoffs last year.
Congratulations!
Did you say the Cowboys
This is
were going to
this
make
year.
the playoffs?
Me?
Yeah.
No, he put them in
I put them in
red.
red.
He went on a whole spell about how he said there's no way they don't make the playoffs, and then he said, then he changed tunes. I thought
Yeah,
that
but
Yeah,
was
because
like
all
a,
of that was
No,
just
no,
his
the
bait
change-
and switch.
Yeah, that was the bait and switch. The change tunes was my legitimate place.
ooh man, ooh.
Yeah, because Greg is just, or not Greg, fucking, Jake is just delusional.
There's a reason I
He
took
doesn't
the
understand how to
1 and 5
evaluate
bet.
teams.
The reason I took the 1 and 5 bet.
That's true. I'm happy with my Commanders
All right.
bet.
Where are we at? Are we at Fletcher Cox or did we? No, we no.
Kelsey.
Oh, we're still
Skip
on this. Oh my
Kelsey.
gosh, we are so far.
Kelsey's it's a good re-signing. Derek Barnett.
I think it's telling that Kelsey's is a 1-year deal. I think that means he's on the verge of retirement.
Oh, for sure.
Same thing with Fletcher Cox.
Oh yeah, both of them for sure. But it's nice. I like that. I like teams doing that to guys that have been around and staples of your. You hate Jason Kelsey, don't you?
Yes, but not like as a player. I hate that he hates me as just for being a Cowboys fan, but that's of course gonna happen.
But I hate you too because you're a Cowboys fan. Does that mean you hate me?
Yeah, but like we've worked that out.
Well, maybe you just
Sort
need
of.
to hang out with Jason. Sort of. Maybe you just need to deal with Jason Kelsey then. All right, we'll keep going. Hassan Reddick. Maybe he'll finally be pretty good.
Man, they
Is
paid
that
him
a lot
a
of
lot.
hopium?
I
Might
didn't
be a
realize
lot
they
of
paid him
hopium.
so much. Yeah, it's a lot of hopium. I don't think he's gonna be much of anything. I think they were just really desperate for a linebacker that wasn't bad.
They've been searching one for a while. I feel like
You're not wrong.
James Bradbury we already talked about. Kazir White, that's a cool name. I don't really know who that guy is. Should I?
No, I don't know that you should.
No.
Anybody else on here that
No.
pops?
I like the safeties. I definitely like the safeties. I don't think Jaquiski Tart is as good as he was a couple years ago, but same thing with Anthony Harris at this point. I don't know that he's as good as he used to be, but I think those are solid.
You don't think
safeties.
these defensive additions, Jake, are enough to make them okay?
Most of those are re-signings. Or the ones that I like are re-signings.
You only like the defensive linemen.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. I can't find them.
I don't like.
They're the
I don't
top
hate
by
the
grade
Bradbury
order.
or Tart, but
God, man, and you realize too that the Eagles didn't even have to lose their. They got rid of an extra first-round pick for AJ. I feel like
Yeah.
they're just chilling. They're just big chilling. All right. Well, they get Jordan Davis. What do you think of him, Jake? I feel like some people argue that he was the better of the two in Georgia.
Wasn't he drafted over the other guy?
so
He said
I
that.
think he. It's an interesting one to me.
I mean, there's the camp
I
video
really-
of him destroying that lineman, even though
Yeah.
that lineman was in a
Even
very
he
bad
hates
place.
that video, which is funny.
Jordan, I feel like the thing with Jordan Davis is his draft profile where it says boom or bust is the most accurate thing with him. Because that dude was a problem for a lot of teams. But like when he played against Florida, the sophomore Josh Braun for them at guard pretty much locked it down. So like there were times where he just got shut down and he was pretty much irrelevant in games. and I think that's what people started seeing as they watch. Like initial looking at him, it's like this dude's a freak. He's that size, he can move that well and everything. And everyone was just like, "This is ridiculous! Like we haven't seen this." And then as you go and watch like specific game films, people saw in some games like, "Oh wow, there were some games where he kind of just disappeared."
Is that just a matter of technique? Like, do you think he could be taught out of that?
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like, hey, you know what? He was just so much physically better than 99% of the dudes he was going against that when he went against a guy who was near him and really good technique, it messed with him. Or if it was like, hey, you know what? We get so enthralled in the numbers that we were just
I mean, I don't know if there's a
overhyping
better
him on
position
the.
for that guy to be in. He gets to learn from Fletcher Cox, and he gets to play alongside Fletcher Cox.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
this
what
is
like
the
the dude.
scariest defensive tackle tandem in the NFL to me.
I mean,
Yeah, this dude
are we
could be
not
an
talking about
absolute freak. That's
Hargraves? I
why
mean, Hargraves is probably gonna be the starter, and Fletcher Cox will probably come in when it matters because Fletcher Cox is definitely Cox has definitely lost a step or two.
I think they're both. I
I'm
think
pretty.
they'll probably both start, and this dude will rotate in for them.
Yeah, I
Because
think
I
Yeah,
don't
Trent.
that's
know.
probably the most accurate.
I mean, I don't know if he's even going to be in the position where he can go every down for them right now.
Oh, he's fat.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know, but well, yes, he is
I
very fat.
mean,
That's the whole thing about him is that he's freakishly fast and athletic for his size.
you know,
I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be able to build up enough stamina to be a 3-down defensive tackle, but
he did it
man, he
relatively
is
well in
devastating.
college, but I mean,
Okay.
He is somebody who's just scared the shit out of me the entire time. I was
like I
devastated when the
said,
Eagles drafted him.
boom or bust feels like the most like normally you're like, oh, that's a cop out. It feels very fitting.
I love them
Okay.
picking a boomer bust guy, with them basically using the 18th round pick for or 18th pick for
Yeah,
AJ
yeah.
Brown, a guy that is is boom already.
Well, and the boom for Jordan Davis is like if he booms, he's a freakish defensive tackle,
Yeah.
like absolute freak. Like
Yeah, I mean, the
I
hope is
don't even
that,
know,
that they have their Fletcher Cox replacement.
We both fucked up
yeah,
his last name.
but better.
I don't know why that was.
Okay, and then they get Jam Jerkins, who apparently is pretty good. But I think the bigger story is they basically just re-signed two vets that have been on the Eagles forever. They're like, come back one more year, teach these guys, and then these guys will be the new U's, which I like. I'm a fan of that. Jurgens gets a
I definitely
symbiote
am as
Kelsey.
well.
Davis gets a symbiote Cox.
I'm curious with the Cam Jurgens thing if they're going to try and slide Landon Dickerson inside or if they're going to have Cam Jurgens play center. But that's just speculation stuff.
Yeah.
It's a very very good offensive line and it's also a very good defensive line.
Okay. Anybody else in here? Nakobe Dean was pretty good, but he's hurt. He's not going to play
Yeah,
this year, right?
yeah, I believe so. He was also
He was what?
it's more
Nakobe Dean
safety.
is healthy. He played in the preseason game.
Okay.
I'm what I'm confused about with him is
I'm curious if he'll be good because he's going to get a very easy chance to start.
he just played.
Jake's fucking buff. I don't love the
He
concept of
played more of a DB for them in college.
I don't love the concept of a defensive guy being
He's a little short.
being a mid-tier guy when it's like on the defensive that's that good. That spooks me. Cuz it's just like was he just average because he's on a great defense? Which I feel like does that just mean he's even worse when he's just not on Georgia's level of defense? I don't know. It's scary. Everybody's
He
going.
played like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I was
mean,
just saying, he played like
I
that
don't I don't feel
whole time.
strongly like with you or against you.
Yeah. Well, let's rank them.
I feel like Florida, like when I saw Florida play them, they took advantage of this dude quite a bit.
Did y'all
I
win?
believe the second, yeah, the time we beat them, we smacked them.
What about the
The
last
second,
year's game?
the last one. Oh, am I getting this backwards though? Maybe I am. He didn't play
Yeah,
in one of them,
you
if
guys
I
didn't
remember right.
beat Georgia last year.
No, no, no. 2 years ago though we did. 2 years ago we smacked them. They went up 14-0 in like 2 minutes, in like 5 minutes, and then we ended up winning like I think like 41-14 or something, or 42-14, something like that. Yeah, what I can't remember is he didn't play in one of them. I think he didn't play this last one, but it might have been the one.
All right, we're focusing way too much on a third round pick.
Yeah, sorry.
But what if he's a beast?
Oh,
Sure.
What if
he's not
better
even a
than-
starter at the moment.
You don't know that, Joe.
The
Maybe-
depth chart says it.
The depth chart's what is it on? ESPN?
Yeah.
They don't know shit.
Yeah.
And they've been updated with the official ones the teams all put out this week.
I'm sorry? Nah, you don't know. Where are you putting the Eagles, Jonah?
I think they are a playoff team, and I think they are. They've got a higher floor than the Cowboys. I think they're guaranteed to be a playoff team.
I would agree. They're at the bottom of the playoff team though, which is I'm sad that they're in it. You're scared
I
the
disagree.
Jags
I
are
disagree
there,
with
but
that. I disagree with putting them at the bottom. I think they're going to be right there in the mix. Like they're not going to be the worst playoff team. The worst guaranteed playoff team.
in the NFC or both divisions? Or both conferences, sorry.
Yeah, both. I'd say they're not going to be the worst playoff team.
Oh man, is that
I think the floor is high for this team, and I don't think they'll hit their floor.
Patriots? And Patriots. Packers?
No.
Packers?
Packers are weird. Their roster as a whole is not as good as the Eagles, I think. I think the quarterback makes a big difference there.
Oh, Packers, Bucks, and any of the NFC West teams, they're all better than them. Better than the Eagles.
No, the Cardinals aren't better. Let's not
Cardinals
get
ain't
into that.
winning
Let's
the
not get
NFC
into that. Let's not get into that. Let's not get into that. That's another episode.
Well, I'm not bringing up. That's why I didn't bring up a specific team. But I think a team that can win from the NFC West is better than a team that's going to win from the NFC East.
Okay.
So that means the Eagles are
Let's,
the worst NFC division. Playoff team.
I don't agree as a whole.
Well, tell me what team's better.
They're better than the Packers.
But I don't. Did the Eagles get an amazing quarterback to play?
I think they're better than the Packers. I think they have a higher floor than the Packers. I think they're at worst gonna be higher than the worst the Packers could be. The Packers could surprise and like Romeo Dubs is gonna be amazing or something, and that they have good receivers and that they could be good. But as of right now, I don't think they're gonna be better
The
than the
Packers'
Eagles.
offense will probably go down to good, and the Packers' defense is still very good as well.
I don't think it's gonna be very good this year. I think it's just gonna be above average.
Where are you chiming in on this, Jake?
I put them in playoff football.
That's not what. I'm happy you've
What?
been listening.
If you're talking about where I put them, Eagles or Packers, I mean, I think the Packers are decent.
Jake, if you put every other team in the division is outside looking in or worse, you can't have the only team remaining as playoff hopeful.
Sure, I can't, because they are hopeful to make the playoffs. The only reason they are going to make the playoffs is because they're in a bum division where someone has to make it.
All right.
This
I've
team
been
is
letting
not a
this go.
playoff
I've been
team.
letting this go the entire podcast. We aren't even the worst division. We're average. We've been
Nah, you
average
are.
the last like 3 years.
AFC South would sweep the NFC East.
You'll find out, I believe. Is it this year? I believe that's who we play this year.
Another bet?
They wouldn't actually sweep them, but they'll sauce them up.
They won't. They will lose. They will have a losing record against our division, no doubt.
AFC South will have a winning record against the NFC East. Guaranteed. Lock it in.
Okay.
I'll bet a
Enjoy being
second round pick on that one.
I don't know if that one will fly.
All right. I'm not. Well, the league won't approve that, but also I'm not gonna stake a second round draft pick on the Giants in Washington managing to
Even more important,
make sure they beat the Texans.
I could see the Cowboys losing to the Texans.
The Cowboys will be 3-1 in that division.
The Texans run that state.
3-1?
Yeah, they'll be 3-1 against that division.
What? And we're saying I'm the one on Copium?
Whoa. Who are you who is the who are the three teams?
I don't know for sure. I'm saying we lose to one of.
Oh wait, you
Colts
said
and
it.
Titans.
Drew, I get what he said. He's getting it mixed up like UK dates. He means 1 and 3.
Oh.
No,
They get
No,
the
I
Texans.
don't. The Texans are. Man, I can't believe they're in the red. They're lower than the Jaguars by so much.
How the
I can't
fuck are
believe how
you
much you
guys
like the Jaguars.
typing the Titans? Because there's just no way. And you're not beating the Colts.
What?
You're not stopping
He
Derrick
said you're
Henry.
not beating the Titans and you're not
Where?
beating the
You're not beating the Titans. And
All
you're
right,
not beating the
all right.
Colts.
Let's just. We'll see how the football plays out.
I'll do a first round pick on that one.
I can't. Okay.
Clear it with Cam. Cam.
Or I'll just do $20 on that one if you want.
Ooh, $20. We got $20 on the table, Jonah. I don't even know what the bet is.
I would do $20 that either the AFC South out like has a winning record against the NFC East, or at least pushes even, or that the Cowboys will go 2-2 or worse against the AFC South.
$20, Jonah. That could cover your other fantasy league. Jonah's like so quiet. I love how we didn't give Jonah shit for the Cowboys, but we've given shit to the whole division instead.
No, we're back. We're back around to you giving shit to the Cowboys. You're just doing it. You just didn't do it when we were talking about the Cowboys.
To be fair, I'm not too heavily involved. I just think the Titans are better than the Cowboys. I'm not shitting.
I think the Titans.
I don't think they're
Colts,
better by enough.
I think the Titans, Colts, Jags, and maybe even the Texans are better.
I
In fact,
didn't-
I put all of them higher.
I
than them.
I didn't say
Jake,
that,
that's an unfathomable opinion that I just don't understand how you could even possibly think is true.
Well, so
The Jaguars
I
and
look at the
Texans
teams
are
and
so
they're better.
bad. Those are such bad
were.
rosters, top to bottom.
any given Sunday, baby.
Jonah.
But you're talking about every given Sunday.
Yeah, all.
You're saying
17
about
this
every
season.
given Sunday they're better, and it's not true.
This for the 18 weeks this season, they're better.
Do the Would you bet that the Jags or Texans have a better record than the Cowboys by the end of the season?
I'd bet the Cowboys have a better record than them combined.
I think that's
I'll take that bet for sure.
I think that's a bold bet. I think that's a bold bet.
I'll put 500 on that one right now.
you need the Texans and Jags going average, and they're gonna beat the Cowboys just by the fact that Cowboys can't win that many games.
But I'm neither of those teams are gonna go average.
I like the Jags this year. I don't like them as much as Jake, but well, I guess I did. I guess I put them in playoff hopeful. So yeah, I guess I do.
Yeah, you guys kept him out of Ratburg.
That's fucking Pasture. He's
by
an idiot.
so much.
Maybe I had him
Whatever.
an outside looking in.
Past Jake, current Jake, and future Jake, all geniuses. Haven't missed yet.
Okay, well, I think.
Wait, did we actually finish ranking the Eagles though?
Yeah, you just threw in playoff hopeful in the
Well, what
middle
I'm
of
saying is,
asking about
y'all
other
both-
things.
You guys both had them in playoff team.
Well, yeah, they're just gonna
Yeah.
win the division, so they have to be.
Yeah,
I get your angry / meme logic, memeing logic, but I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just putting them in playoff team because that's what they'll be.
Yeah, which is fair. Just two different ways to look at that one.
And then that's what sparked the. Somehow Jonah thinks that the Eagles would be like the third best playoff team in the NFC.
Yeah, which is.
I mean, unless they just get 6 free wins, which I mean, shit, possible.
I don't think they even need that.
I mean, shit, Green Bay's division's terrible. Don't you
I mean,
remember that pot?
Yeah, you said the Vikings were gonna beat them.
Oh my God, you're right.
You don't even have Green Bay winning the division.
Oh, fucking the Vikings then for sure will have better record than the
I mean, there's 4
They play
teams already ranked. There's 4 teams already ranked in the NFC that I think would beat them. And then there's another 2 or 3 down there that we haven't ranked yet.
I want to preface to when we do the NFC West that I said the NFC West would for sure beat the Eagles, and Jonah brought the Cardinals up first. That's a good preview for when we do the NFC West breakdown. But
True.
I think
But we're
that's
doing
gonna.
AFC East next.
Well, you didn't
correct?
preface it. You immediately eliminated the Cardinals as a team.
I don't even know why
Mistake.
they were brought up.
Because they made the playoffs last year.
Well, so did the Super Bowl winners.
Okay.
And the other team. 3 of those 4 teams made it.
Yeah, so did the Eagles and Cowboys. They were the other 2 playoff teams in the NFC.
But we were
Yeah, but no
talking
one cares
about we were
about
talking about division winners being better than the Eagles, and you brought up the
But
Cardinals.
no,
The
I
difference
guess
is 2 of the
I
teams.
didn't realize that's what you were trying to say.
The,
You were trying,
also
I
the
didn't realize
difference
what you were
is
saying was that any team that wins the NFC East or NFC West will be better.
also 2 of the 3 teams in the NFC West won a playoff game. 0 of the teams in the NFC East did.
Okay.
Jonah's like, I'm done. I'm done here in the NFC besmirched. We're only
The Raiders also made the playoffs last year, and they're gonna be a top 10 pick team. I
Well,
don't care.
there's
Wait.
Jonah.
No, I don't need to go too far on that one. They'll be bad. They'll be
You've
on the
been
outside looking
before
in
the
by a
pod.
lot,
You
but
spent an hour and a half defending Devonta Adams, but somehow Devonta Adams is gonna be great. But the
Yeah.
Raiders,
The
will
Raiders,
still
the
suck.
Raiders went from a playoff team, and they added the greatest receiver in the NFL, and now they're going to be 4 wins.
Not to mention
less.
a great outside
because
linebacker.
everybody else got good.
Okay, but that affects like 1 or 2 of their games. Like the Chiefs got worse, so now you can expect them to split with the Chiefs.
Why are the Chiefs?
The Chargers got
contenders
better.
All right. Why are we rehashing this? We're at the 2-hour point at least,
now?
right?
No. We're
No,
actually chilling.
Yeah, we're on back.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, we're chilling.
no. The Chiefs got worse, but they're still definitely miles ahead of the Raiders.
That
Okay.
went to miles.
The Raiders are bad.
In what metric? They made the
They
playoffs.
lucked into the playoffs.
Okay, wait. Question: if the Raiders are bad, what are the Cowboys and Eagles?
In the NFC.
Because they both got in the playoffs and both lost in games that they really. At least the Raiders were in the game. The Raiders continued with the Super Bowl losing team.
Yeah, because the Bengals had to break their curse and finally win. The Raiders were so bad they allowed them to break that curse.
I was really hoping that you maybe were gonna shit on the Bengals there for just a little bit. That would have made me
Me?
happy. Yeah. Maybe I would have started defending the NFC East, but nope. Fuck them. They're trash. Put the Steelers in there, bro. We'd be fucking in the playoffs. 6-0. 6 free wins every season.
Like what? The Cowboys lost to. Did they lose to the 6 or 7 seed? It was the 49ers, I know. I just don't remember if they were the 6 or 7.
I want to say 6. I think no. I don't. I genuinely don't remember where we finished. If it was
Okay.
3
Well,
or 4.
I think we're gonna stop here. We've dove in. We've really been just jumping off on different branches for the past 10 minutes. That was NFC's breakdown. I don't know where this pod lands in the grand scheme of things. This could be after we rehash preseason games. This could be before. This could be, who knows.
The only place I know it lands is Jake speaking the truth.
Jake did talk, so yeah, I guess. I think coming up wise, like I said, we're gonna start trying to do some preseason week breakdowns, at least for the first 2 weeks, and then we want to do a fantasy football episode.
There's no real need for the week 3s.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I mean, none of us are following the fringe playoff battles or position battles enough.
Yeah, besides our own teams, yeah, no one cares.
Yeah.
And then we want to get a fantasy football one out before most of the drafts will get done. But that's what we got coming down the pipe. Season's close. We've almost made it to the promised land. And then, we'll be a couple weeks in. Basketball will start. And we'll be fucking in it. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Sorry about the break. Jake screwed us. Like we said, screwed
I
up.
didn't know such thing.
But, thanks for listening. Like, share. Do it all. Have a good day. Love ya. Bye.
Cowboys won the division.